Hi, my name is Lisa DeJesus, and I own ADU Gurus. In my day-to-day operations as ADU Gurus, oftentimes I'm finding myself educating realtors and brokers, often in their own offices, about ADUs and how they can help their buyers and sellers maximize their sale or their purchase of new property using an ADU. On a broader scope, we have folks that are investing in properties looking to where the next great opportunity might be. And in my opinion, that can be found in the local governments being mandated by the state of a thing called the Regional Housing Needs Assessment, or RHNA, as it's better known in the local governments. RHNA is the California law that requires city and counties to plan for a specific number of new housing to meet the housing needs in their area. The state looks at factors like population growth, job opportunities, and housing shortages to determine what the number would be, the number of homes that that city or county would need to increase over an 8-year period. So what does RHNA mean to the local government? Local governments must update their housing plans, meaning they've got to look at their housing elements to show where they can add these homes. Some cities have said to the state, listen, we're out of room. We don't have any place to add more housing. And the state says, too bad, figure it out and come back to us with what answers you have. So these local governments are having to look at where there may be historical zoning for commercial property, and overlaying a zone of residential housing on top of that to allow for a commercial development, which historically was commercial. So think about a small retail center, one where that it has say a bookkeeper, a nail salon, maybe a little retail store along a transportation corridor, along a busier street in your community. They now may be able to build housing. If they were to purchase that property, it was historically commercial, they can now build maybe mixed use on that property. They would have retail at the bottom and some housing above that. Cities are looking at that as an opportunity to address the mandates by the state, these regional housing needs assessment mandates by the state. And this in turn is helping investors have a place to invest in property and maximize its use to meet a couple of things, to meet the needs for housing in a particular community. And at the same time, it helps the city meet the mandates of the regional housing needs assessment. So how does it create housing opportunities besides the zoning changes? It is the state incentivizes the local governments to use this opportunity to add housing by creating things called density bonuses. If a property historically had the maximum amount of units per acre as 40 units per acre, if the city allows the developer to build 9 additional units on that are subject to affordable housing requirements, they may be able to do that since they'll be employing the state's density bonuses. So all of this goes hand in hand with the regional housing needs assessment. And why should you care? Well, if you're interested in building housing or investing in development, RHNA opens up these opportunities. More areas may be allowed to be rezoned. So be mindful that in your community, along transportation corridors, that means transportation corridors are where there's a lot of bus lines, a lot of maybe a 2-lane on either side going in opposite directions. You have mass transit. Those are transportation corridors. If you're in North County, think of Coast Highway. If you're in the city of San Diego, you can think of University Avenue or El Cajon Boulevard. These are transportation corridors, and you'll notice there are a number of units going up above retail spaces. We call that mixed use again. So these opportunities exist in on a smaller scale as well. So think the small strip center that you want to add housing to. Look for where the city is changing their zoning or allowing an overlay of residential housing on top of commercial zones, and look for the opportunities there for your investor. If you're an investor that's looking to do development, I would look at those same things. Every city in the state of California is looking, their planning departments, their community development departments are looking at how they can address these mandates from the state to show them how they are creating more housing for the community. If you have any questions about land use, about development, about what the future looks like in housing, please feel free to reach out to us here at ADU Gurus. My name is Lisa DeJesus, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.